And Alex Keogh in your MMA debut.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next fight of the evening takes place over 3 rounds for the EFC Super Lightweight title. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist representing Hollohan Martial Arts and bringing into the cage a record of 3 wins and 2 defeats. Presenting Daniel Kampfer! Standing across the cage, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist representing MMA Cork with a record of 4 wins and 1 defeat. Cork, give it up for Evan Horgan! Your referee when the action begins is Mr. Gareth Lyons.
What I noticed there when the names are being called is how relaxed Evan Horgan looks. He looks like a very experienced fighter for a young man. His opponent, Daniel Kampfer, has been bouncing around. They touch gloves, the fight starts. The first title fight of the evening.
Yeah, and I was super impressed by Daniel's last performance against a very good opponent.
Yeah, he gave Tristan Barnett a very tough night at the office, and he looks so good doing it.
Yeah, and constantly looking for the finish, getting the rear naked choke with 10 seconds left in the fight.
He's full of confidence. He's actually won the last 2. He beat Paul Fitzgerald before that in another very impressive performance. So he'll be feeling confident. We can see it in his movement. But Evan Horgan, lads, has impressed me so much. He lost his debut by submission to Alex Keogh last September. No shame in that. Alex Keogh is the best amateur fighter in the country. Yeah. But he's on a 4-fight win streak since then and has looked brilliant at every stage of the fight.
Nice uppercut from Daniel Kemp there. There's an overhand right there for Evan Horgan as Daniel Kemp is throwing the jab out because he brings it back low every time. But Evan decides to go and time the double leg very well.
I thought we might see this all right. He's looked so good with his wrestling, his grappling. He actually pulled off a Von Flue choke in his last fight to get his first finish, his 4th consecutive win against a really, really strong grappler in Usheen Daly. And he put him asleep. It was sensational. He is a problem on the mat for a lot of fighters here, Evan Horgan.
Yeah, and like Shane was saying there when we were in the octagon, like Evan's been training MMA, no other martial arts since he started, just pure mixed martial arts.
Strips the grip well, Kempfer, but his feet got too close together, and Horgan is on it like a flash.
Yeah, Horgan's looking very impressive here in his grappling. Traps the legs.
Making life difficult for Kampfer in the opening round, and Kampfer finds himself on his back with a grip of the head. Hasn't really connected the hands yet, but he's thinking guillotine.
This looks tight, but it's an awkward position.
Look at that from Evan Horgan. He's trying to climb, wall walk his way out, and he does so. Very good improvisation. Good fight IQ, because we saw Kampfer maybe looking the more dangerous in the stand-up exchanges, and now Evan Horgan has just flipped this fight on its head.
100%.
Bringing that MMA Cork style to the fight.
And it's just constant pressure. There's no stop from Evan Horgan.
The big thing here, even if Kampfer wasn't eating these shots, he's still getting his gas tank drained, defending these relentless chained attacks.
It's not like we spoke about earlier when you're holding one takedown attempt against the fences. The chaining the attempts together, right, is more draining on the person defending than the person that's probably putting them.
Yeah, when they're relentless like that, whereas you know, he was comfortable in the stand-up exchanges, but yeah, he looks like he's breathing heavy after that first round.
And Evan's looking to even it up here between both gyms tonight, with Yusuf coming out on top earlier on against MMA Cork.
Yeah, it's been an interesting dynamic between the two teams. Hollohan Martial Arts looking to go 2-0 after that impressive victory by Yusuf Ukasin. But you'd imagine that first round has clearly enough gone to the red corner to Evan Horgan. So Daniel Kampfer, it's going to be a case of seeing if he can manage to distance that a little bit better and keep landing those strikes.
It was impressive to see the chaining of the different takedown attempts, and when he was in a bit of difficulty, how quickly he done a bit of a dynamic escape.
We just saw Coach Paddy Houlihan bark to Daniel Kampfer, look for Evan Horgan with the big high kick. There it is, there's that choke attempt. He's on that neck now, but he hasn't secured him with the legs.
Gets off to the right side.
Again, credit to Evan Horgan for the fast reaction there.
Yeah, he knew well not to leave his legs there to be sucked into the guard.
I was calling at the start for that overhand right being available with the jab coming back low, but Evan decided to go for a bit more of a flashy technique with the head kick.
Equally as effective though.
100%.
Trying to take this opportunity now to do a little damage himself.
That looping long uppercut that Daniel Kampfer has thrown a few times now, if that does land, it has a lot of power to it.
Oh,
nice
big body shot.
It's lovely. It's looking sharp.
I like these feints from Daniel on the feet. Keep Evan guessing.
Yeah, I was impressed with that in his last fight, and he's starting. You know what? He's eating shots too. The boys are throwing down.
But again, I'd like to see Evan maybe do a bit more head movement. He needs to set up those attempts.
Yeah, that was a tired one, but he still got there. He kind of lunged and stumbled into it, but he made it. And now this choke is a little tighter. Kampfer managed to land in a sort of a half guard position. If he can connect his hands, I don't think he's got them fully connected, but he'll be able to get that squeeze on Evan Horgan's neck. I wonder how much of that Horgan is feeling.
Should Evan be fighting the leg shot now? But Daniel Kampfer hasn't given up on it just yet, right?
Jumped down for it again, but lost it in the scramble. He needs to get up in this scramble or he's in real trouble. Kind is going to get away from him here if he ends up in bottom position again. Because Evan Horgan doesn't let an opponent back up off the mat too easily, so you can't. It's a risky business sacrificing the top position. He's squeezing the neck, but he doesn't have him in his guard, which is a problem. It's limiting the effectiveness of that choke.
That's going to drain the arms as well, right? That constant squeeze.
Oh, yeah.
Now Horgan's head is completely out.
Competitive round two.
Evan transitions to the back, looking to get a hook in.
If he lands some heavy shots here, this could steal him the round.
That's it, because I mean, Kampfer did land some shots in the stand-up exchanges, probably more than Horgan. Horgan had his own success, but if he could land a couple of big ones here from this more dominant position, it could edge it back in his favour, but it's difficult to know. It's a very, very knife-edge type of round.
Yeah, Evans relentless with his grappling.
I would have it 1-1 at the moment. This one, a very, very close round.
Yeah.
But you just don't know.
You also have to favour the occasion in that round that Evan seemed to be in that guillotine choke quite deep.
Yeah, definitely
thing.
Effective grappling there in my eyes. I think it could be all to play for going into round 3.
And you see Yusuf and Paddy pointing over towards Evan saying he's tired.
And that's the first thing I thought when I looked at Evan going back to his corner, I won't lie.
As we go into this last round, I hope that Evan utilises a bit better feint in head movement to set up his takedowns.
I don't think I've seen Evan Horgan looking tired in a fight, I have to say, and he's gone to decision 3 times and looked exceptional in every fight I've seen him in over those last 4 fights, his 4 consecutive wins. I haven't seen him looking tired to this magnitude, so be interesting to see how it affects his performance, if at all, going into this 3rd round.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes of relentless grappling.
That body kick that landed on Evan Horgan's liver in the last round, that takes a lot out of the gas tank.
It does, you're right, Shane, doesn't it? It really kind of gets that heart rate sinking.
And even though Evan Horgan probably wasn't showing it, there was definitely in his brain a bit of a moment of, oh, no.
Oh, yeah. You feel that bang to the body.
This is it, Dan. This is where he breaks.
This is where he breaks. You probably heard it there.
Nice head kick from Evan Horgan on the left side and a hook over the top.
Shots from Evan Horgan.
Yeah, he came out swinging, landed some very significant strikes.
And again on the neck. Again, just doesn't have the guard. And watch Horgan's right hand, the way he's just catching the leg and not allowing him to swim it in under to take the guard either. That's good defensive awareness from the MMA Cork fighter.
Yeah, like I'd like to see Daniel maybe not jump for a guillotine or some sort of choke if it's not after working the first
Because
two
it's
rounds.
a long road back up, and look, he's kind of, even on the way back up, he's looking for it. He doesn't have that deep. He's not properly around the neck here yet, you know, and he's looking for things that aren't there, and it's going to cost him time then to actually land some damaging blows after eating one or two shots at the start of the round.
Yeah, and Evans looking to take the back here now. Chipping away with shots.
Daniel Kampfer really working hard to get back to the feet, looking to get his back to the cage.
Legs are too close together, and Horgan's going to catch that far leg and peel it out from the cage. There we go. And sits right into him as Kampfer tries to turn. Beautiful adjustment by Evan Horgan.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Evan slowing down at all, even though he was heavy breathing between rounds.
That's what you need to do, right? You need to dig deep. Sometimes when there's a fight that's been tough, you're not going to be going into every last round feeling fresh as a daisy.
Oh yeah, absolutely, Shane. Yeah.
To me, I see a very experienced amateur athlete here who's obviously understanding that he needs to be smart, and he's using all the skills he has available to himself.
Absolutely, that's a good shout. He's taken. Oh, that is beautiful. Kicked that base leg out from underneath Kampfer. Excellent work, and the way he stayed connected to him so that he came down to the floor with him and didn't allow him any scramble space. See that seek, that belt grip he has around the waist, just not allowing any room for Kampfer to scramble and create distance. Kampfer's running out of time. He's losing this round. He hasn't eaten a hell of a lot. He's got nothing going himself.
Evans landing big shots here. Daniel looks frustrated.
Yeah.
Now look, he is fighting to get a separation, but hasn't been successful. Again, Evan Horgan's just being smart. He's looking for that neck again. Thanks, Daniel Kampfer.
Final 10 seconds. There's been submission attempts. I don't think any of them have been close enough to warrant winning the round. Maybe Horgan feeling this one a bit more, but he's got his head free, and that's it. I believe it's going to be a 29-28 on all three judges' scorecards for Evan Horgan, but
great fight.
What a fight for the for the two gentlemen in the cage. I'm blown away by the intensity that they brought to that one.
Great fight.
Definitely.
Non-stop action from the very first bell in that one.
Yeah. Again, I think Evan Horgan showed great experience there, a great depth of knowledge, and knew that he had to, he came out being the aggressor in the start of the third round, which I think took Daniel Kampfer by surprise.
Yeah.
I mean, you heard the
cornerman
telling him that Evan Horgan was tired. This is the round where he breaks.
Yeah.
When you're going out expecting a guy to be deflated in front of you and he comes out throwing head kicks and punches, that's not what you're expecting, right? It's a bit of a surprise, and then Evan was able to get him down, keep him down for the rest of the round. I think Evan Horgan is one of the hottest prospects coming out of Cork.
100%. One of the best prospects in Ireland, without a doubt.
Well, I think we're seeing a lot of talent here on the show tonight. Saw Jody McCarthy earlier.
Ladies and
Louise
gentlemen,
Brady.
after 3 rounds, we go to your judges' scorecards for decision. Judge number 1 scores this bout 29-28 Horgan. Judge number 2 scores this bout 29-28 Kampfer. And judge number 3 scores this bout 30-27 for your winner by split decision. And now, your EFC champion, Evan Horgan!
Oh, that belt looks nice.
He looks like a happy man. Well deserved.
Give a big round of applause, folks. That's your fight of the night so far. Give it up for both fighters.
I believe I just heard Daniel Kampfer's opponent that beat Barry Kennedy at the beginning of the night asking for the title fight against Johnny Duggan, would they be the same way?
No, I think he's calling for Evan Horgan. They're the same way. He's calling for that belt next. So, and look, I definitely love to see that fight. I think it would be a great fight, especially after Yusuf beating Barry Kennedy earlier on tonight. It would be a great scrap.
I'm here with the winner, Evan Horgan. Evan, I've called all your fights so far since the first one that you lost to probably the best amateur fighter in the country, an amazing prospect. But you've now won, is it 4 in a row? 5 now in a row. You're on a hot streak, and I was saying on commentary how I'm more and more impressed with you every time. Now you got that big shiny belt. That looks good on you.
Looks nice, alright, doesn't it?
It was a really, really back and forth, very, very tough fight. Daniel Kampfer, for me, has looked exceptionally good in his last 2 victorious performances. And tonight, you guys went at it hammer and tongs in this cage. For me, the best fight, the most competitive one we've seen in this cage so far. Talk to me about how you feel the fight went.
You know, Daniel's a really tough opponent. Short there went the full 3 rounds. But I'm actually not happier to beat anyone. You know, I'd rather somebody tough. And then I feel like I earned the belt now after beating him because he's very tough.
You're holding a shiny belt. We're back here in December for EFC 3. There's a man over there in the cage who fights at this weight class. Would you fancy a crack at Yusuf Ukasin if the fight was going to be a thing?
Whoever wants to fight, get on Darren. I won't say no to anyone.
What do you think, Cork? Is that a fight we'd like to see?
Here we go, a fight's just been called. I don't know if I like that stuff. I think Evan deserves to enjoy the victories at the night. But look,
would that be right?
that's what gets the people interested, I suppose, in the next EFC show. We already have 1 fight made.
Couldn't ask for a better fight, a better place to
Well, look,
fight.
shoot
What a
your shot and miss
performance,
100%
what a fight,
of the
what a
shots you
win.
don't take.
Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen.
Especially after
Evan
coming off
Horgan!
an impressive victory against Barry Kennedy.
Yeah, it's a very interesting fight. I'd love to see that contest. I think